Good morning, everyone. It is time to do some more railroading. We're back at it once again on our little railroad, the ANCR, the Appalachia and North Cherokee Railroad, I think is what it is. So since the last video, we've advanced today, and we bought some new pulp cars, some new pulpwood cars for wood racks. Let's see what else. We've done our interchange. We're down at Silva. This is the interchange, so this is basically what we've got to work with here at the interchange. Actually quite a bit of cars. We had some missed routes. Once again, these were Silva paperboards. I thought they were going to the interchange, but they're actually going to paperboard. I really wish the interchange was a different color than Silva proper, right? Like the paperboard and all that kind of stuff. At least give us customizable colors. That way you could set it up whatever you want. Really, I'd like to see two. I'd like to see two. One for like station location, like Silva, Dillsboro, Whittier, Bryson, that sort of thing, and then another color below that that kind of breaks it down by industry too. I think that would be really nice, and then both of them customizable. But anyway, I digress. We're at Silva, and we've got to get this mess sorted out, right? So we've got a whole bunch of let's see, I guess these are going to Walker, and we've got the Bryson cars on the head end, and then we've got our Whittier cars. So let's see, we need to block this thing from the bottom to the head end. I need to think about this for a second. So we'll do Bryson, Whittier, and then Dillsboro cars on the head end, and those would include the Silva cars as well too. So I think what we're going to do, the 800's down here, of course. I just I dropped the interchange off, and the 800 stays down here north of the switch until the inbound is ready to go. So the other thing that we need to do, let's look at our money here. Look at our finances. We're at 17,798, and that's after buying the wood racks too. So we're sitting really good right now. Like, we're doing really good. So I think what we're going to do is probably go ahead and get another locomotive too, get an 060 for the Dillsboro local. And then the moguls will be, those will be downgraded to some other kind of service. We got the one mogul on the log branch, and I guess we'll probably take the other mogul down here to the paper mill, and we should be good. So we can grab that really fast. Let's see, we want the S23. It's going to be 87, so we have $9 grand left over. You know what? Let's get it. Let's get it. Nice shiny. Where is it at is the question. Oh, they put it on the bottom down here, really? Oh, they did. They put it all the way on the all the way on the bottom of the cut. I was hoping they do it on the head end. All right, let's look at our roster real fast. We got the 600, the 601, so this is going to be the 602. It's our biggest fleet on the entire railroad is the 060s. So I'm hoping to change that. I would like I don't know. We may get another mainline engine and downgrade the Mikado to like branch service or something. That could be a thing we could do. Let's do 602 on this guy. Find us a whistle we want to use. Oops. Get out of that. 602. Nice. All right. Now we're set. I don't know. I want to do something kind of different this time, I think. Oh, it's not letting me select it because my joystick's connected up. You know what? Forget it. We'll go with this. We'll do it some other time. That's the only thing. Like, when I have joystick connected to my PC, it really jacks with the game for some reason. All right, let's get up here. We've got the 800. We'll go ahead and we'll try sorting this out. All right, we're already lined in. We'll grab these guys. We'll set them over on top of these Brysons and we'll figure out what else we want to do with that. I guess we'll do our Whittiers on top of that. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this game. It's like you're constantly working for something, right? You're constantly working towards something. Let's slow this guy down for a second. Let's actually just hold tight. You know what? Never mind. Hold tight. Hold tight. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Picked the wrong thing. I meant to get the air hoses. All right, let's bump them back together real fast. There we go. Now we can grab it. All right, we're set with that. Let's go down here. I think, yeah, I think we're going to grab, we'll grab these Brysons. We'll set them over, and then we'll grab those, and then maybe we'll shove them to the bottom of the middle track, and then we'll start sorting our Whittiers out and that sort of thing. So, yeah, all right. I think that'll work out. Let's go ahead and drag these guys out of here. We'll cut this one. I think that's a Whittier car there. I think we'll cut him off. He's got a little air on it, but that'll be all right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what our next mainline engine is going to be. I like the Mikado a lot. I like it. It's good. It's really good, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do as far as that yet. All right, let's take them on out, and we'll go in and grab these others here. All right, that'll do right there. All right. Get our other switch here. All right, switches are lined in the clear. Let's take them ahead. We got a, we've actually got a fair amount going to Bryson just by itself. Like, that's more than we've had in a while, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Oh, slow it down just a little bit there. There we go. Let's see, let's, yeah, of course, he's got some handbrakes on the bottom. So, yeah, okay, that's a Dillsboro car, so he'll go to Dillsboro. This is a Dillsboro car. Dillsboro. I'm just trying to figure out how I wanted the Silvas to go to Dillsboro too. Those will just come south, back south on the local. So these need to go into those Silvas there. The Ayla car needs to go ahead of the Whittiers. Actually, it needs to go ahead of the Brysons. We're going to take it with us to Bryson, and then we'll bring it back south, and we'll work Ayla on the southbound train. So yeah, I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? It sounds counterintuitive to take this Ayla car all the way up to Bryson and bring it, but it just works out better that way, right? I don't like just taking the local up there and having to do a runaround and stuff like that. It's just easier just to take it to Bryson, bring it back south, and then just switch it on the way southbound. To me, that's the way I like to do it. That's a lot of these outlying places. That's what I like to do. So really, we need to put that Ayla. And yeah, we need that Ayla. We need this Ayla right here on these Brysons on top of it. So I think what we'll do is we'll grab these. We'll set them over on that middle track. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll set him over on the middle track, and then we'll grab the Ayla. We'll put him over there, and then we'll start building from there. All right, let's go ahead and start pulling out of here. We got to finish customizing our wood racks. Hopefully I can get them against some that are already customized, and I can just copy it over. Don't have to worry about it then. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty decent train, guys. She's going to have a little tonnage with her with all this coal. I think she's got, what, three hoppers of coal, maybe? Something like that. Yeah, we'll get her up here to slow her down. And thanks everyone for watching the Folkestone video. That got like way more attention than I ever expected or really was trying to do. That was really something just simply for the viewers I have that are rail fans, and I know some are, you know. So it was basically just kind of sitting down and talking about that and what happened, and it wound up getting like, what, almost 9,000 views or something, like a stupid amount of views that I never ever expected to get. So, and it got a ton of subs, so I appreciate it. Welcome everyone. It's not really like not really a railroading channel per se. It's just a variety gaming channel. We play a lot of things, Railroader being one of them, Run 8 from time to time. I've been playing a lot of Railroader here lately because I'm just working towards something, right? Like, I love that. I love being able to work towards something. Pick this guy. Yeah, we'll shove him. I guess we'll go ahead and cut them off right here. There's no sense in, like, shoving them all the way to the bottom. We'll just keep shoving it south as we go. Get that guy. Yeah, it's crazy that video caught on like that. I never, ever expected that in a million years. That was just something I literally just threw together just to kind of talk about real fast, you know? Like, I was like, man, okay. Let's take this guy. Still a lot of questions on what happened in Folkestone. Of course, it was a head on the rock train, which is something I was kind of confused about at first because I heard something in a radio transmission. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to it that good. It kind of threw me off, but yeah, I understand now. The rock train was heading south. The intermodal was supposed to go up the Nahunta up towards Jessup in that way. Somehow he got misrouted. They did have a switch tender. And accidents happen, right? Like, unfortunately, they do happen, and they're very fortunate that it wasn't worse, right? It could have been way worse than that. Could have been way worse. Get this guy coupled up. There we go, sweets. Place the air hoses. There we go. So now what we want to do is really, I think we could just set this whole cut over because these are all Whittier cars. So we could technically just set the whole thing over from the Ayla car, because the Ayla car will be on top of the Brysons. Then we'll set them over, then we'll go back, we'll grab this one Whittier coal hopper, their company coal service, and set him on top, and then get the Silvas and the Dillsboros and put them on top, and then we're good to go. Like, our train is built, we're ready to go. As far as, like, I don't sort the cuts for, like, each location, right? Like, that's the locals' job. They do that. I don't worry about that. So they can sort that however they see fit, which is, okay, it's going to be me later, but... All right, let's drag this guy out a little bit. Kind of drag him down here. What are we looking at? 816 tons just on this one cut of 19 cars, and then we got the other cut, and then we've got this hopper up here. This is going to be a lot, guys. This is going to be a big train. It's going to be pretty sweet. All right, come out of the throttle. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see or find out the details on what happened. Someone got their wires crossed on Folkestone. That it's really unfortunate. Of course, really unfortunate, but like I said, accidents happen, you know, and the big thing about railroading is, like, you know, I have the luxury of doing this, and if I have some kind of mistake or something, it's not a big deal. I can just get up from my computer and go on about my day. But when you're railroading and you have some kind of mistake, it could potentially be very, very bad, right? Like, it could be it could be deadly, or you know, it cause injury. You know, I mean, there's a lot that can happen with that. And I've seen quite a few over the years, even when I wasn't working for the railroad. We had a, I know I'd replied to someone's comment on that video. We had a signal suspension back when I was in high school. It was 94. They did a signal suspension. I think it was 90. It may have been 93. I think it was 94. And It was like a route wide suspension. You know, sometimes there's different degrees of signal suspensions, right? Like sometimes it can just be for one location. I mean, sometimes it can just be for one signal location or switch, like one end of the siding or something, or a junction like Folkestone or something like that. But this particular signal suspension was for the entire route. I don't know. I don't think it was system wide. I think it was just for the Lineville sub back in the day. Which is, you know, 201 miles. It was something they weren't even doing physically to the railroad itself. This was all happening down in Jacksonville while they had this signal suspension. It was something that they were doing with the dispatching system down there or something. So they had a signal suspension for I think it was like 3 days, and it basically was dark territory the duration, right? Running on DTC blocks. And so we need to lay some air hose down here somewhere. I don't know where is that at. Maybe a few off the bottom here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It must be the air cut out. Yeah, it is. All right, there we go. I wonder, can I just bust the air? There we go. That got it. All right, nice. So anyway, they had this signal suspension. And first day, everything went okay. Second, I think it was the second day. I'm really fuzzy on the timeline of details, but I absolutely remember this. The local came to town, and there was a pulpwood yard just south of town, just south of the siding behind the high school football field. And the local had gone down there and worked it, but unfortunately, when they left, they lined the switch back to normal. Like, they had to line it back to normal to be able to go back to their terminal. So the switch was absolutely put in normal, you know, main to main position. But what happened was they forgot to lock it. They didn't put a lock on the switch. And evidently, some kids came along, someone came along, and found that switch unlocked, and they threw it. Like, it was a perfect storm of things to happen to create an accident, right? Like, everything had to come together to make that happen. It's like the Swiss cheese. You hear about the Swiss cheese effect, right? Like, all the holes line up eventually and something happens. So they left the switch unlocked. Some kids came along and found it. They threw it to the pulpwood yard and left it. And so the next northbound train that came along, just out of the blue, went up the pulpwood lead at like 40-something mile an hour. You know, maximum authorized speed was 49. So they went up the pulpwood lead, and they hit the crew jumped, and they hit the pulpwood cars. There was a few. Luckily, it was. I think it was a few empty cars and maybe one half load. So they hit it, and luckily nothing derailed. They just shoved cars off the end of the pulpwood lead. I think a car or two went off the end. But yeah, that could have been a way seriously bad accident, you know. And luckily it wasn't. I don't even think they shot the brakes until they actually took the switch, because when it was you know, off the main, like, there's no indicator on it or anything like that, but it's just like electric lock switch. But yeah, it was a crazy turn of events that led to that happening. All right, let's get this guy. We'll reverse him. So we're going to grab this this Whittier, shove on down, get the two Silvas. We'll have to set the Silvas over, then shove the Whittier in, and we'll have to do a little bit more here. But so yeah, signal suspensions are nothing new. They've been around forever. And it's just one of those things where, like, during a signal suspension, you have to be extra careful. And the thing is, like, you're so used to running on signal territory, like, that's your jam, right? That's like all you do. It's a large majority of what you do, and then you go to a signal suspension and it completely takes you out of your element. you know, and like puts you against things that you're not necessarily used to having to deal with. All right, let's grab this guy here. He's open on the bottom for some reason. Oh, come on. Get it. Man, I wish you could just like shift click that or something and close it. Do it this way. Sometimes it's just a pain. There we go. All right, we got him. So yeah, definitely not the first time I've heard of an accident during a signal suspension. Probably won't be the last either, unfortunately. Probably won't. I know probably you guys that are rail fans, you've probably seen the video of the BNSF train that went into the switch lead and hit empty. They were empty grain hoppers. I think that happened. That was over in Dalhart. That wasn't. That's on the other side of the Panhandle from me. That happened over there in dark territory. Except I think on that particular situation, the local did leave the switch open inadvertently. But pretty well-known video on YouTube. All right, let's get this guy together. There we go. Is he coupled to that? No, he's not. All right. Grab this guy. Man, this one's open too. Which one is it? It's this one. All right, here we go. Man, these wheels look so much better. They did an outstanding job on these wheels. Like I said, I know I mentioned before that they were really mirrored and just look like a mirror, right? It's basically it. But they look a lot better the way they textured that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's reverse. Yeah, let's not... we won't worry about the engine right yet. I'll tell you guys a story about when I worked for the railroad. Not long after I hired out, I worked a local. And it was a night job, and I put off. I had to put off at an away terminal and then go home, drive home after that. And for some reason, I got it in my head. I don't know why, but I got it in my head that I had left the switch unlocked off a siding. I could not remember locking it. I knew it was lined. It was like, I wasn't worried about that. I knew it was absolutely lined and okay. And if someone had thrown it, it would have, you know, it would have given a signal indication. Like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I just couldn't remember if I'd locked that switch. I don't know why. It just popped in my head. And I was like, damn, did I lock that switch or not? Now, it was in a remote location. The odds of like someone coming along and finding that switch were probably slim to none, but like never say never, right? So I put off and I drove home, and I actually drove out of the way by this location to make sure that I'd locked this switch. Like it was pretty good out of the way too. Probably added at least an hour to my trip, maybe 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. But I just got it in my head, you know. I was like, I couldn't remember. Like, I could not remember if I'd locked that switch or not. So I drove out there. It was really super late, early in the morning, and I had locked it. Like, it was locked. So I did all that for nothing. But you know, I had a moment, right? Like, I had a moment. I couldn't remember if I locked it or not. And I had to verify, because I hate it. Like, I knew the odds of something happening were very, very slim, but I couldn't guarantee that. And so I had to go check. So I did. Made all that, all that trip for nothing. But at least I knew, and I had a peace of mind, and everyone was going to be okay. You know, that was a good part about it. And that was like, this was before that. Like, now they have the sheets that they have to fill out, right? Like, they got sheets that they have to fill out for signals and I guess switches too, like the switches that they handle. I don't really like, we had none of that back then. There was literally none of that. The directives that we got from the dispatcher literally wrote down on your bulletin, right? In your own, like, just jotted down as notes. I've got bulletins now that have notes and stuff on them, but yeah, it's I think it's changed a lot. Like I said, it's been over 20 years since I set foot on a train. This is by far my preference for railroading right now. No BS that you have to put up with. You don't have to put up with a company, right? You just do your thing. All right, let's shut these guys down a little bit. Let's get this guy. Put a handbrake on him. All right, we'll kick this guy over. There we go. That's good. We'll kick him over to the Whittiers, and then we'll go back and we'll grab the Silvas and the Dillsboros and put them on top, and then we're good to go. Our train is built. We're ready to go. Be pretty sweet. All right, let's go ahead. Give us a kick. There you go. That's good. That should be good. I wouldn't think that. That's my car, though. Like, I don't want to hurt my car. I don't want to hurt the company equipment. It'll cost us some money. Let's get on down here. Might have to tap it a little bit. I think that's okay. That shouldn't. Surely that wasn't. That seemed pretty acceptable to me. All right, so we'll go back to the Silvas. We'll grab them. Then we'll go back over. And we'll be set. Yeah, this is by far my favorite kind of railroading. It really just is. Railroading reminds me a lot of truck driving. They're kind of they have some commonality, right? Like the biggest one is just you're away from home all the time. You have to be okay and good with being gone all the time. Like if you're not, then that is not the job for you. You have to love being away and being on the road and that sort of thing. I did. I you know, your tolerance is dependent upon the BS that you have to put up with too. And so the more BS is like added on top of that extra is like, it makes it less and less worth it, right? You know, like it basically you get to the point where you're like, screw it. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I putting myself through this to do it? All right, that'll do there. All right, we'll make this thing solid. We'll be on our way to Dillsboro. We'll go up to Dillsboro. We'll refuel, turn the power, make our set out, and then we should be set. The only thing about these cars I need to make sure is if there are any Wilmot cars, I need to take those to Whittier. It's kind of the same deal with the Bryson, the Ayla going to Bryson, right? You take the Wilmot to Whittier, and then the southbound gets it and takes it and works it that way. It just works out better for me. Stenzel, Hollyfield. These two are going to Whittier proper. These are going to the sawmill. This is company service for the coal loadout. This one is going to Bryson. The Ayla car going to Bryson. It'll come back south. These are all going to Walker. This is going to Appalachian Hardwoods. It's been a while since we took coal in there. Appalachian Hardwoods. Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. What are we looking at time wise? 31 minutes. We'll go a little longer. We'll take this train north for a bit. All right, I think what we're going to do is take the 060, put him on the head end. We got to clear it up first, though, before we can do that. We'll run him down there, but we got to shove this guy back some more so we can come out. We could run him light behind this one if we wanted to, but we may as well just take it with us. There we go. We'll get him up here. We'll hold tight for a second, shove back in clear, bring him out, put him on top, and then we'll be set. Actually, I think what we're going to do is just cut off the 800, swing over, grab him, take him dead in tow, and then we'll just do it that way. All right, let's go back to the 800. 800 is a boss. By far my favorite. I like the 060s too. They do real good for yard service. They're a must-have. If you're starting railroad, you really need those. Cars, we got 32 cars, 1,368 tons. Biggest train we've ever had so far. Yeah, that is by far the biggest train we've ever had. That is insane. I wish we could take this thing further down the road. I think Big Mike can handle it. I think he absolutely could. I think Big Mike could do it. All right, let's reverse. All right, that'll do. Take him ahead. Kind of nice doing some railroader. I've been doing a lot of DCS lately. I just really enjoy DCS. It's a lot of fun, but DCS is kind of a process. It's not nearly as carefree as railroader. It's not nearly as chill and carefree as railroader. Like, DCS can be a little stressful. All right, that's good. Let's lace these. This guy's got his brakes set up. Yep. Knock the brakes off. There we go. Take this guy, select him. I'm wondering. 602. Does he need to be cut out? Maybe. I can't remember. Maybe he needs to be cut out. All right, 800. Let's reverse. This is cool. We've expanded our fleet to yet another engine. Like, we got to figure out our next mainline engine upgrade. I want to have like plenty of power. I want to know that we have the power we need, and probably in excess, before we expand the railroad further north. Like, I really, that's like my goal. I want to make sure that we have plenty of power. We can move the tonnage if we need to. We can have some spares. I know someone made a comment about that. Said you might want to keep a mogul around for some, yeah, keep some spares around. Like, you know, I look at it like your engines that have been taken out of service, like, you kind of keep them around for a little bit before you're just like totally done with them. So we'll probably do that. The moguls will probably stick around for a little while longer, even if they're not really like doing anything. They may just sit at the roundhouse or something, because you never know, right? All right, there we go. 34 cars, 1,472 tons. Nice. Unfortunately, we don't have any kind of grade between here and Dillsboro, which we're going to set off a pretty sizable cut at Dillsboro between the Silvas and the Dillsboro cars. Pretty good cut, right? Yeah, that's pretty decent cut. Let's get down here on the ground and let's just admire her in all her glory. Let's look at it here. Man, that is a beast, right? That is a beast. We'll do this for a screenshot. This may be a good screenshot right here. Look at that. It just goes on as far as I can see. That's nice. Man, what's some of the bigger trains you guys have run in Railroader? Let me know. Let me know in the comments what's your biggest. This is by far, I think the biggest up to this point for me was 28 cars, probably 11 or 1200 tons. So yeah, this is pretty decent. Pretty decent train. Let's I don't want to leave my dude out here in the middle of nowhere. Let's just get up here. We could run it. Like, we could totally run this thing ourselves. We may actually just do that. We hardly ever do that. We get a little lower there so we can see better. I guess that'll do. Nice. Nice. 1472. Yeah, that's the most tonnage-wise we've had, too. It absolutely is. You know what? Let's just kind of cruise along a little bit here. Number one's at Silva. That's our passenger job, right? But I need to make sure. I think that switch is lined. I think we're dark territory, too, on here, too. That you absolutely have some accidents on here. And especially, like, if you're running multiplayer, you better be Johnny on the spot. And I am the worst about leaving switches open. Like, I really just am. In game, I am the absolute worst. Turn this thing down some. It may be kind of loud. Yeah, I am the worst about leaving switches open. I really just am. And I don't know if I want to do the signal upgrade. I heard some people say in comments on... I think it was on Reddit. They were saying that signals could be kind of a pain in some situations. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not. We should look like going through the bin here. Nice. That's nice. This is a nice train. So yeah, we'll take the Dillsboro Mogul and we'll bring it down here. We'll probably leave it on the north end of the paper mill. Honestly, I think it'll make that switching move a lot easier. We could just kick cars down the lead, and then he could grab onto them down there and then switch them out however we need. I think that would be really nice. I'm seriously considering a diesel over here. I think the diesel would be nice to have. I know. I think Kerbo's done that. If you haven't watched his stuff, definitely check him out. I think Kerbo put a diesel as the switcher over here too. I think that worked out pretty good. I could see how beneficial that is, and the reason why I say a diesel is that it seems like you don't have to refuel them nearly as much. Man, we seem like we're rocking and rolling kind of fast here. I hope this switch is lined. You know what? We better we better slow down. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it is, because I think we ran by this guy. We passed him, but I can't say for certain, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's lined. We did that for nothing. Oof, and brakes hanging up a little bit there. Okay. Man. All right, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I couldn't say for certain. That's the thing, is like when you leave the game and you come back to it after a few days, you kind of forget what you were doing. Yeah, we got to get this guy sorted out and on his way in a bit. We'll take this train to Dillsboro, then we'll probably call it there. Literally, like, you could sit down and play this game for hours and hours on end. You could play it for hours and hours and hours. You really could. It's easy to do. It's super easy. It's hard to find a stopping point in this game. We forgot our bell on that, totally. It's hard to find, like, it's hard to get to a stopping point. Like, you're like, I'm going to switch this car out and then we'll stop. And then you're like, you know what? I'll get this car too while I'm here. And then the next thing you know, it's like an hour later. All right. We're good. Let's open her up a little bit. There may be a little bit of a grade down here. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I can't get it. That's yard limits. I didn't know that. Silva's yard limits, really? I didn't know that. Or is that where the yard limits end from the paper mill? All right. Not too far away from Dillsboro. I said we'll have to do a fuel stop there and turn this thing and then set our cutout. Set our cutout and our new switch engine. See, what's our money look like now? We are 9,068. That's still really good. That's really good. We bought all this stuff and we still got 9 grand in the bank. So like, you can't beat that. Now, I don't know what our next purchase is going to be. I guess we work towards another mainline engine, maybe. Maybe we get a Connie or something. Consolidation might be nice. All right, sorry about that. Something's got me sneezing like crazy this morning. Cut that out. I don't want y'all to see me sneezing all over the place here. I don't know what it is. It's that time of the year, right? All the flowers blooming, grass is growing, trees are pollinating like crazy. I notice our flower bed in front of our house is just yellow. And there's so much pollen and stuff in it. All right, this switch is lined for the siding here at Dillsboro. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's okay, not that big of a deal. Another crossing here. Gotta do some more Run 8. Someone said I should run Amtrak 98 from Jacksonville to Jessup. I think that would be a really nice trip. I think we may do that. We may do that. It's been a while since we've been in Run 8. I think that would be a good trip. Yeah, I think we'll definitely... No. Whoa. That switch is not lined. No, come on, stop. Stop. Nice, we made it. All right, sweet. That was close. See, it happens, right? Like, that was really easy to happen. Let's go back up here to our train. Really easy to happen. Yeah, I guess, yeah, okay, when I came in here on the southbound on the 511, we went in the siding and we picked up. All right, let our air pump back up here. It's going to take a hot minute. Looks like. It's going to take a real hot minute. What is going on? That's pretty cool that there's that much of a delay on the release. Man, it's taking a while for this thing to pump back up. It really just is. All right, so yeah, we'll take this guy up here. We've got to we got to refuel him. We got to, you know what? Let's get this guy out of the way. Yeah, we got to get him out of the way for now. Let's do you. Select. Yeah, it's the only thing I hate about keeping a mogul down at the paper mill is just the fuel situation. Like, we're going to have to bring them up here from time to time to get fuel. That kind of sucks, honestly. Like, I think we're going to wind up doing that more often than not. So yeah, I think that would be a pretty good argument for a diesel down there. Like I've said many times, I want to keep Steam going in game as long as I can because just different. But yeah, we may have to get some kind of diesel. At least go there. All right, obviously the brakes knocked off. All right, we'll ease our own down there a little bit. Man, I wish I had this tonnage on a grade. Like, I'd love to take it over the hill and see what it would do. I think Big Mike would totally do it. Just stop this guy right here. I think there's a mod where you can name your locomotives, right? Like you can put a name on the side of them. We ought to totally get that mod. I ought to get that mod, and then we could literally have Big Mike on the side. I think that would be awesome. Big Mike. Come on, Big Mike, ease on down here. Yeah, I would love that. I glanced at the I glanced at the mods a while back. I saw there's some pretty nice ones, but okay, stop. Yeah, she's got all that tonnage right here, dude. We're gonna leave the 060 for now. We'll get her in a minute. All right, Big Mike. What's she look like fuel wise? Yeah, she's a little low. She definitely needs it. As the tonnage goes up, like at first I could run this thing from like Bryson to Silva and back, but that was with really light tonnage, and it's like as the tonnage goes up on these trains, is like you have to, of course, you have to fill them more and more. And grab some water right here. Good enough, though it don't look good. Oh, come on, Spur. I keep messing around with it, trying to get it right. There we go. A little better. It doesn't matter, right? Just really anal about it. Like, that doesn't look right. And I was doing some research, so you can't turn, like, the big Emma is in game for us right now. She won't fit on the turntable, supposedly. I've seen people commenting about that. You have to turn it on a Y, which, like, at Dillsboro on this end of the railroad, where would you turn it? Like, there's no Y to turn it. The closest Y is Whittier, right? I think so. Yeah, so, like, what do you do with your big Emma on the south end down here? I don't know. Oh, she's fueling up. Let's look at the power here. Let's see, what can we get next? We got the logging mic. We got the decapod. Let's see, this thing is 35,000 pounds tractive effort. We could do the decapod for 46. $22,000. We almost had enough money to get that thing the other day before I got the wood racks. Consolidation C46, 46.7. It's 23. So it's like pretty much the same as the decapod, right? Yeah. C55, 55,900. Yeah, nice. Almost 56,000. 29,000. And then the Berkshire. I don't know if I want to get, like, that's really close to the Berkshire. I mean, not tractive effort wise, but I kind of think the C46 next. I think it's like middle of the road, right? It's between the Mikado and the Berkshire. So I think that would be a good one to go with. I really do. I think that one, that's probably what we're going to do. All right, let's take some coal down here. The big thing that like the Berkshire is like, where do you turn it? Like, how do you turn that thing? You would have to run it backwards. I don't know. Like, you can't split these from the tender, right? Like, that's impossible. Wish you could. Yeah, you can't do that. This looks like it's drawbar connected. I guess they were drawbar connected. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. Like, we need a Y at Dillsboro to turn the big power if you're going to run the big power. I need to look that up on Reddit and see what people are doing. Like, there's only one thing you can do, and that's just run it backwards. All right, this is our set out for the paper mill job. He'll take them south. He's going to have a decent trade. We got that 060 just in time because he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars and four wood racks. Yeah, that's going to be a decent sized train. Yeah, that's the only thing, a hesitation I have now about the Berkshire. I never thought about that, was being able to turn it. I mean, you can run it backwards, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. It's big. Oh, whoa, stop. Take it back ahead. You gotta get her switch. It's just like the big steam power. I would rather run it the right way. Like, it just go through the motions of turning it. All right, now we can reverse. Yeah, we need to do another community multiplayer on here too. I've been thinking about that. I kind of wanted to this weekend, but that can't happen. My oldest daughter's got a dance to go to Friday night. Then she's got a school function she's got to go to on Saturday and another school function on Sunday. So like our entire weekend is going to be like traveling all over the place, all over the Texas Panhandle. Let's get this guy turned. Come on, let's go. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to do another one since we got so much power and traffic's kind of up on the railroad too. This one, right? Is this the one we need to go to? Come on. There we go. All right, let's see what that looks like. Yes. But yeah, at some point it's going to get to where we're just about going to have to do multiplayer on this to really to get anything done. All right, so we'll go down here, we'll grab this guy, we'll pull to the north end of the yard, we'll set over the 060, the 602 and the Silva and Dillsboro cars, and then we'll be set. That'll be it. I think I'd really like another Mikado. I'd like one on the Walker branch and the Conley branch. I think would be pretty nice. All right, there we go. That'll do. Those lace up. All right. As soon as the brakes knock off, we'll go down here to the other end of the yard. I'm trying to think. How do we want to set those over? We could. How are they blocked again? I think the Dillsboros are going to be right in the middle, right? Yeah, they are. Yeah, Yeah, they're gonna be in the middle because we'll have these Silva cars on the south end, and then the Dillsboros, and then Silvas on the north end. Yeah, we could sort that out. We may just put them on that outside track. Because either way, we got to grab them all. We got to grab them, sort them, and then take them south. So, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll set them on the outside. There we go. Oh, nice. Man, I like that view. I dig that, right? These low-angle steam shots are pretty nice. Yeah, it is. That's sweet. Man, I hope they do more routes on here. I really do. I was thinking about Steam in Roanoke, Virginia on the NNW. How sweet that would be. That would be awesome. They got a few good routes out of Roanoke they could do to run Steam. Just like any direction you go would be good. Let's come out of the throttle. All right, 34, 14, 89. This is gonna set out a good chunk. Man, those brakes, it's like all or nothing. It really is. It's like you got to be really light on those. I'm honestly like, with the longer, like as the trains get longer, I'm kind of surprised like how much it kind of acts like the real thing. Like nothing is instantaneous. Like it takes a bit to come on, takes a while to release. So that's pretty cool. All right, we'll take them ahead about 2 more. All right, that'll do right here, 800. Let's see, we'll make our cut right here. Let's draw them down because these things could very well, they could absolutely roll on us a little bit. Let's draw them down a little bit. Make that cut there. Let's jump up on the side. I haven't done this in a while, like switching from the ground. We need to do that more. All right, take them ahead, 800. There, let's make about 2-2 switch, 800. One more car, 1. All right, that'll do right here, 800. All right, let's shove them in. All right, 800 switches lined in the clear. Let's shove them about 20. I don't know how many cars are we hanging on to. 13, 659 tons. Yeah, that's pretty sizable. If we had the mogul on this cut going south, I don't think he'd be able to do it. That's several hundred tons just sitting on the other end of the yard down there. All right, 800 keeps shoving about 5. Oh yeah, we got that engine too we need to set over. There you go, about 4 more 800. Let's keep going. I can't tell. I don't think that's clearing the clearance point there. Nah. All right, 800, that'll do right here. Sweet. Grab this guy. Let's get a handbrake on that guy. All right, 800 up in the clear, taking to switch. All right, yeah, we'll make this guy solid and get him on his way, and then that'll be it. Not bad. The railroad is like slowly but surely growing. It's getting there. Finally, it's finally getting there. That'll do 800. It's finally getting there. It's taking a hot minute, but it's absolutely getting there. All right, let's go back here. Airborne. All right, so let's get this guy together. That'll be it. I love delivering those big cuts of cars to Silva, like, you know, 25, 28 cars. Man, you rack up some money that way. That's really your bread and butter. You know, when you're delivering cars, like, you make money, you make a good amount of money, but it's a little bit here, it's a little bit there. Just kind of adds up. But man, when you take that interchange cut, you make some serious money. All right, guys, we got our train together. This is the 510 heading to Bryson Whittier that way. So we do have our we got our Whittier cut here. We got our Bryson cars. We got our Alo on the head in. He will go to Bryson. Yeah, he'll absolutely go to Bryson with us, and we'll just put him on the 511 back south, and then he'll just work Alo on the way south because it's trailing point switch. Like, it'll work out perfect that way. Oh, this guy is empty too, man. Yeah, we'll have to be sure to grab him, send him on his way. How much coal do we got left? 149. Yeah, we're going to need another one down here to keep as a spare, right? I like having one all the time. So anyway, yeah, we'll work Ayla southbound. Like I said, I know it sounds a little bit extra, right, taking it all the way up there, but I just, in game, like, it's so much of a time investment to run around your train and do all those moves. You can jerk them by, but I don't know. It's just easier to just take it up there. As long as you can keep up with the car, take it with you and then just bring it back south. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Peace. No, big cat. No. Oh, no, kitty. Oh, that's a MiG. That's a MiG over his head. Okay. It's the weirdest day ever. Oh, no. He just fell. He just fell.